It is the Riot podcast.
Our final week for our different sort of podcast.
Mm-hmm.
You'll get special worst of Riot bits from different years throughout the days this week.
Whatever works for you, Nikki.
I like it. It's a good word.
So today's Match Monday. If you haven't given yet and you've been listening and thinking about it, you know what? You do it today. Up to a certain amount, it gets matched. I don't have the exact amount, but let's just say it's in the thousands.
Yes.
So, you just give your best gift. We'll see it matched.
Yeah, absolutely. We'd love to hear from you today to help keep us on the air and on our podcast.
Today's podcast, 2012. We talk about selling a kidney for an iPad.
The things you'll do. Now everybody has iPads, so you're just talking like if you want the phones.
Yeah, back then it was different. Mm-hmm. The nasal drip diet. When do we get the energy from working out? That's
a good one.
Strikes home.
That still
right
works,
there.
too.
How fishing and video games are actually the same. Vanilla hates you. And this is probably the best. When I was getting these together, I think this might have been my favorite title. Riot pitches crappy TV show idea, including former stripper psychic detective.
Do we? Yes, we do.
That sounds like exactly something we would come up with.
It does.
Former stripper psychic detective.
If you've not been a Riot podcast listener for a long time, you can know we can come up with a TV show, a Lifetime or a Hallmark movie,
like that,
a horror film, like anything. We can come up with the synopsis of it within no time.
Yeah, we can write the whole thing for you, no problem.
It doesn't take much to write a movie. Mm-hmm. Or at least come up with the idea, and then someone else writes it out.
I mean, writing it's going to take some time, but man, the initial pitch,
we're good.
How much time do you have? 10 seconds? I've got a movie for you.
We got a whole series of movies.
No problem.
So it's good to know we were still doing that even back then.
It's always been a gift. So you guys enjoy the podcast?
Or a curse.
It's about a couple of people that are cursed with movie ideas.
Yes. And they don't know what to do, but they can't move on because the ad agency has them blocked.
And no matter how hard they try, they can never get the movies made. Mm-hmm. And so they're cursed with the most amazing ideas, but they can't make the movies.
Oh, it could be like an everyday thing.
But in the second movie, they actually get the movie made.
Mm-hmm.
Then in the third movie, they realize they're trapped in a movie.
And then they die. But they come back for the fourth.
Yeah, it's good. They come back and haunt the new ad agency.
Oh, the new younger people. Because by then, they're too old to be doing the movies.
Right, but they keep feeding those people the ideas. And their torment is that the movies keep getting made and they're huge hits.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay, done.
Looking forward to that.
Have a great day. Thanks for listening today.
On Netflix next month.
It feels like a Hulu. Okay. Shh.
Okay. It's the Riot.
Don't worry, no one is mad at you for forgetting Obadiah's birthday last month. But that doesn't mean you can't make it up to him by donating to RadioU. Support the Riot Fall Fundraiser. 877-2-RADIO-U. RadioU.com.
So do you remember... Man, I can't even remember how long it's been. I just know that we talked about it. The story of the kid in China. He's 17 years old. So, I mean, the young man, the high school student who traded a kidney for an iPhone and an iPad. Do you remember that?
I think so. I mean, granted, there's a lot of stories about the use of body parts for electronics.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's not like it's never been discussed. But, yeah, I was... it's a thing. I didn't think it actually happened. I was like, oh yeah, some dude sold his kidney in China. Ha ha ha. Did he go to a bar and then wake up in a bathtub full of ice? And then he's like, everything's fine. And then he felt his back and there was like an incision there. Is that how it worked? Yeah. We've all heard that story before. Dude, shut up. That happened to my friend's uncle. It was my friend's uncle. It totally happened to him. So it turns out that story is actually legit. His name has been withheld because of his age, but he is now experiencing kidney failure in his other kidney. So he's having some serious health problems, and 5 people have been arrested in conjunction with the crime.
So is he trying to find his kidney to get it back? Or does he want another one?
I don't think so. They have not yet identified the purchaser of the kidney, but they've identified 4 people that basically set it up, and then the doctor that did the surgery to remove the kidney. And they are now facing let's see, been charged with intentional injury, illegal organ trading, and a couple of other things that are illegal in China.
Well,
so it's not okay.
I watched a special on it, and I mean, it's rampant. So it's not like it's just for electronics. It's not a common thing, but a fairly...
it's not uncommon.
It's not uncommon. Yeah, exactly.
It exists.
But what's bad is people will sell their, organs and stuff, but they won't get the full amount. So you have like a middleman who's like an organ broker. They'll take so much money out of it and then deceive the person who's giving their organ. And what are they going to do about it? I mean, once you've already given up your thing, you can't say no. Well, then put it back.
That's why you shop at outlet malls. All right, you're able to buy factory direct.
Yeah, right. So
and they pass the savings on to you.
It's definitely it's a bad racket.
Yeah, it is. And so again, we don't know like who he is, but I seriously, like, man, when I just thought it was made up. I'm like, whatever. Hey, Chinese guy sold his kidney for an iPad. Ah! No, it happened.
Now
for
he
real.
needs a kidney.
Well, his mom started going like, what is the problem here? Like, where did you get money for an iPad? Where did you get money for an iPhone? Like, what did you do? And then he began having some problems, and that's when they realized something was wrong. So, yeah. It's not good. It's not good. So, I mean, if you find yourself like, man, I'd give about anything for an iPad, don't say that too loudly.
Because they might take it from you.
Because
Plus, also, it proposes at least is different here. I don't know how it is in China, but the whole who should get a organ transplant, where you could have someone who's legitimately been sick for a really long time, and then maybe you have someone else, he gave his other kidney away out of choice. Yeah. You know, it's a hard call to see who can get one. It usually goes to, in some countries, who has the most money. Yeah. And that means you'll get one.
Yeah, well, I am sure it's that way anywhere when you have enough money and you're like, nah, it doesn't work the way.
Money talks. Yes, it does.
Yeah, iPads do too, apparently. I've got one.
Well, that's the next edition. Yeah, it'll talk to you.
It'll be the series not in this one, but maybe in the next
future one. Yeah.
So, yeah, it is a sad story. And just remember, and I hate to do a public service announcement here on the Riot, but let's just say it again. You're better off with 2 kidneys and no iPad than 1 kidney and an iPad.
All we're asking you to do is keep donating until Nikki's puppy Instagram is popular enough to pay the bills around here. Radio U's Fall Fundraiser with The Riot. 877-2-RADIO-U. RadioU.com.
I just want you guys to know that the best part of the Riot this morning did not happen on the air at all. I tweeted it. And I keep looking at my tweet, and it's my favorite thing of the whole day. Now, granted, we haven't been up for that long, but
the day holds many mysteries.
It's really great.
Many mysteries.
We were talking earlier about this new series that's debuting on Lifetime, and then Nikki and I started talking about, every other show on Lifetime, about the abused woman who finally finds her strength, whether it's by using a gun to shoot the guy, but no jury will convict her, whether it's she finds strength in becoming a cop or becoming a lawyer or some other woman empowering role on TV. But the best is that off air, Nikki was like, no, you missed it. She's a stripper turned detective. And then Nikki got quiet and she pointed her finger at me and said, a psychic detective.
That's totally how all their shows are. That's how it is. And tell me if I'm wrong, because I'm not wrong.
Yes. I'm going to be thinking about that all day. A stripper turned detective. A psychic detective. It's so bad. It's so bad that it belongs on TV.
Yes, it
does. You got to think about this from a TV angle. They're like, oh, yeah, so we get to have flashbacks, of her, like, being a stripper, so the guys will watch it, right?
And then it's got the detective stuff, so that's a cop drama.
Right.
And then it's got the paranormal or whatever activity stuff.
And then she's got to keep her stripper past secret, and then she finally finds a man that she thinks she likes, but she doesn't want him to find out about her past. But it turns out he's a ghost.
He's a
vampire ghost who was a werewolf in a previous life. Tonight on Lifetime. And so he's afraid that she's going to find out he's a ghost.
And she doesn't want him to find out about her past.
And then he ends up helping her solve his murder. But then it turns out he's actually still alive in the basement.
Oh, these are good things. I don't know why we're not in television. We could really come up with some great shows.
Scripted dramas for sure.
Absolutely.
Now, I can't write the scripts, but I can pitch them. Meaning the ideas, not the scripts and the trash.
And I'm going to work on the poster board stuff to go along with the pitching ideas.
Okay. It's good. It's good.
Oh, well, that was fun.
This show has everything.
Everything. That's kind of how you have to treat television or movies. You want everyone to watch it, so you got to put every little bit from here and there and here and there and just throw it all in one TV show.
Check this out. What if we had a board game? Remember Battleship? Think about this. It's a movie. We put a big star in it. Whoop, Liam Neeson. All right? And, Transformers was big. We're going to put stuff that looks like Transformers and goes, and it's going to, and it, what? What do you think?
I like it.
It's huge.
And the aliens come from under the water.
They've been in the sea the entire time.
Okay.
It's just an idea. Just floating things around.
Floating, yes.
Oh, see, floating.
Yeah,
the idea, it's amazing. It just keeps coming out.
We couldn't stop it from coming if we
We'll just shut the mics off. It's still happening.
Let's put some lipstick on this pig. Support the riot during the Fall Fundraiser. 877-2-RADIO-U. RadioU.com.
It is the riot. And if you're like me, you've got that first 20 pounds to lose before you get to the last 20 pounds. It's hard, okay? It's nobody said that being, beach ready was going to be easy.
It's swimsuit season.
It's tough. It's tough. And so I know there's a lot of ground for you to cover, but this has got to be like the lengths that we are going to lose weight tells me that there's a problem somewhere. I don't know what the problem is. I don't know if it's high fructose corn syrup, too many Oreos, too much time in front of the TV, not walking enough. I don't know. I don't know what it is. But I think it's plain to anybody that's watching that something is really wrong. What do you mean really wrong? Who do you think you are telling people how to live their life? Check this out, dude. It's called the KE diet. Have you heard of it?
Mm-mm.
The KE diet is this. You wear a little baggie, like on your back or whatever, in your coat or something, and you got this tube that goes up your nose, through your sinuses, down the esophagus, into your stomach.
What is that? Does it suck back out the food when you're done eating it?
That's a better idea.
And
what
you're like,
and then, yeah. No, what it does is it keeps you on a slow drip all day
of food,
of fat, protein, and water. And it just drip, drip, drip. And it causes your body to go into ketosis, which if any of you did a low-carb diet before, you are probably familiar with that term. That is, your body goes into some mode where it starts burning and metabolizing fat instead of other things. Mm-hmm. And so you're kind of stuck in that permanent mode. And a lot of times, like with the Atkins diet, and again, if somebody's got a technical, I'm an MD, it don't work that way. I'm just telling you what idiot science boy knows from the internet and a couple of books. So do with this what you will. But you only consume about 800 calories through your nasal drip every day. So, man, you just be burning calories like you wouldn't believe.
Some people lose weight faster.
People lose as much as 20 pounds doing this. Now, you don't eat on this. All of the food you need comes from your nasal drip.
Some people get the tube through your stomach. Why do you got to go through the nasal drip? Well, like then you could you get a little slit like in your...
No, it'd be like the biggest booger ever. You just pull it out when you're done. I know. How could you it's like you're going to be dry heaving. There's nothing in your stomach. You're just like,
no, but instead of that, some people do the tube so then that way no one would know what you're doing. Like it wouldn't be, hey, got something in your nose.
No. Look, here's the thing. I'll just tell you right now, if you showed up to work with this, no, listen, there's a point. If you showed up to work like that, I would ask you what's going on. But okay, like if Jared came in, I'd probably just be like, hey, bro. And then, I would just be like, you know what? Like, you've got something in your nose. It looks medical. I'm not going to ask. I'm not going to ask because I'm not sure I want to know why you have that thing up your nose, okay?
Well, thanks for being concerned if I did that.
I think you and I have reached a point that it would be like, do I have to ask? There's something up your nose.
What's that?
But, maybe not with, maybe other people are just like,
Because normally that's for people that won't eat and they have to eat. And so then it's forcing them to get nutrients. It's not people who just need a diet and you're just losing weight that way.
Well,
that's like I swallowed the tapeworm and I'm letting it do it.
Yeah. Well, they say it's becoming very popular with brides because they want to lose that last 10 to 20 pounds before the wedding day. And the only side effects that they see so far is bad breath and constipation, which those are great companions for your wedding day, right? Like, hey, come here, give me a hug. Oh, gosh.
Dude, you'd go crazy the first day after you could eat like actual food. I mean, you could breathe without a tube in your nose. That'd be great.
Oh, man. Does anybody else, when I say I'm going to feed you through a tube in your nose, and by the way, you're not sick, I'm just doing this, to do it. Does anybody else feel like maybe something's wrong somewhere? There's a part of you that's like, was I designed to eat through my nose? I don't think I was.
Well, you could still have that stuff. You just don't have, that's like for people that have the surgery. Where they snip and stuff.
They're in there cutting up, wrapping around, whatever.
So what? It keeps you from eating this amount of food, so you can only eat so much food, and sometimes it's blended, or why don't you just eat it that way? It's just a self-control thing.
That's it. You can't, there's no self-control.
It's like you don't actually have to do the surgery. You could just act like you had it. Like, act like you had a tube in your nose and just eat the 800 calories.
Oh, no. Because see, here's the thing, Nikki, is
just
this
slowly
makes you
throughout the day.
This keeps you from being hungry, they say. Like, that's the amazing thing about the new KE tube through the nose diet is that you're not hungry.
It's because it's sickening having have you ever had a tube down your throat? It feels terrible.
Oh, yeah. I'm not feeling this. Though, I mean, I'd love to lose 20 pounds, but I'm not going to.
How bad?
I'm not this badly. Not this bad. You know what?
Taste test.
Here's my thing. Seriously, if the choice to lose 20 pounds was between cutting back and exercising and really meaning it, because, there's cutting back and exercising where you're like, I'm kind of, but you're not really doing it. That's where I live. And then there is I've got this tube down my throat. Oh, don't ask Obadiah about the tube. He's really self-conscious about it. No. I'm done. So enjoy your bad breath, constipated wedding day, but you're thin. It's the Riot.
Obadiah is vanilla, Nikki is cherry, and Michael is Dr. Pepper. 3 great tastes that fundraise great together. Donate now with the Riot 877-2-RADIO-U. RadioU.com.
Dude, Nikki, I swear, like it's meant to be. We gotta go to Japan. We might have to live there.
Yes,
we might have to.
Bring it on! I totally want to be there.
I can eat whale burgers, and you can have a ton of tofu.
I can have all my seaweed, and listen, we can coexist in harmony in one island.
We totally can, because Burger King Japan. They got a whole different vision there. They got this different vision for things.
It's more like a go big, go home.
Yeah, and I love that. I love how they just keep going for it. I mean, they had like the hamburger pizza thing they were doing for a while. They had all-you-can-eat Whoppers at Burger King Japan. And now, this is amazing. At Burger King Japan, for 100 yen, which is like $1.24 US, you can buy 15 slices of bacon to have put on your burger.
Oh, really? Like an extra thing?
15 slices of bacon.
That's a lot of bacon.
But a website in Japan called Rocket News was like, okay, we see your 15 slices, but what if we ordered 1,050 strips of bacon? It cost them $86.85, but they have photos of their Whopper with 1,000 pieces of bacon on
only
it.
One Whopper? They got to fit it on all of it?
Well, I mean, it's more of a big
spilling over.
It's more of a mountain of bacon, really. I mean, I wouldn't call that a Whopper per se. All of the ingredients of a Whopper
they're
are in
it. I gotcha. And a lot of times it's not always Burger King Japan, but a lot of times it's the Burger Kings in Tokyo that do these grand things. So is it kind of throughout all of Japan or just Tokyo?
Listen, I haven't been recently, so I'm just going off of what I've read here, but it appears that this is just a Burger King thing in Japan. I don't know if it's limited to Tokyo or not,
I didn't know they liked bacon that much, too.
I don't know that they do.
I mean, it on there.
Again, it's like, do you think they have a lot of people, showing up for the all-you-can-eat Whopper? But they just keep generating publicity. And in this particular case, this website is actually the one that came up with the idea. Here in America, if you could buy 15 slices of bacon for, what is this, $1.25? You can't do that in America. Burger King would be out of business. It would shut them down. They would have to hold signs out in front of the Burger King. It's like out of bacon.
Out of bacon,
because
no more bacon.
By the time you got done with breakfast, the bacon would just be gone. So in Japan, they can do that. And they're like, they got one dude once a week that comes in and gets bacon and splits it with 15 people. So it's no big deal. But here, no. Once again, Americans cannot be... You're not responsible enough to have that privilege.
I think the people here have more of a bacon society where they put it on more items. So you're right. It is incorporated a lot more meals.
Man, a bacon society.
Does that sound good?
You know what that sounds like? That sounds like a place where everyone's equal. And you know what? We all agree above and beyond almost anything that bacon is good for you. And here's the thing is this whole healthcare crisis, people are going to be dead by the time they're 30. What
healthcare?
What healthcare?
What healthcare?
Everybody's gone, man. It's Logan's Run, man. Your crystal's gone black. You're done. There is no renewal. You just get buried in bacon, sent on to the sweet by and by. It's over. I like where this is headed. All right.
So Japan, you can get a Burger King, the 15 strips of bacon for $1 and some change. But are you going to post the photos of
I will.
The 1,000 slices of bacon?
I will, but let me just hit you with this while we're talking about it, just really quick. All right, we go to New York. Okay, we go to New York, and you get your Chinese food and all that stuff. We fly to London. We get the Pizza Hut pizza with the hot dog in it. Okay. Then we fly to Japan. We get the Burger King Whopper and anything else we can find there that's ridiculous. You can have seaweed, whatever. Then we fly to Texas. We get the hot dog fried in the wonton. We go to Nashville, where someone sent me something about cupcakes there. And then we also get, what was the Burger King there? What was it that Burger King in Nashville had?
The bacon sundae, and they have pulled pork sandwiches.
We get that, and then we obviously are going to have to stop at McDougal's and Satco in Nashville, and then we can come home.
When do we go to the hospital?
Well, I figure we're probably going to be at a convalescent home when we get back.
Because between jet lag and food choices, we're going to need a break.
See, Nikki, if we do it in a whirlwind tour, we'll need a private jet, but we could probably avoid the jet lag by making it fast.
Your donation will help answer the eternal question, cake or pie? Support the riot. Fall Fundraiser. RadioU.com.
Now, I suppose there's some humor or some ha-ha here, but I want to legitimately ask a question. Here is my question. You start working out, okay, theoretically. Let's say that you did. Maybe not you or maybe not me. A person starts working out. And, the idea behind working out is that you get more energy and you're healthier and you're all that crap, right? So when does the extra energy pipe in?
Kick in, yeah.
Yeah, where is that it comes in? Because they talk about it. I hear those people talk about it.
I think those that are already fit say that.
Okay.
So, I think that's a different level.
Because I will tell you what, I have been doing this new thing for 3 weeks or something. And I am at this point right now where I'm not... I'm not sore so much right now. I can feel kind of sore. I feel absolutely whipped. I'm so freaking tired. And you're sleepy, not that kind of tired.
Your body's exhausted?
My body is tired, and I'm tired. that's just it. So it's where's the umph? Where's that thing where you're oh, dude, I was and then this, and then it was unbelievable. Does that kick in? Do I?
I think, what is it? Probably about the 2-3 month mark. That's when you'll start seeing things.
So you're saying if I just do what I've been doing 4 more times.
4 more times.
That's when it's going to kick in?
I think then you could start to experience a change.
Okay.
Yeah, when you're about ready done with it.
Well, you know what? The positive change I'm experiencing is, okay, this is, again, dumb. Wasn't going to go here, but here's what I think. I've noticed... And I don't know if it's the workout or what, but after 3 or 4 weeks of doing one particular series of workouts, do you notice that you almost feel like you're at some kind of a tipping point where you're You get a little more angsty, a little more angry, or you think that's just me?
That's just your body tired.
You're like, okay.
Yeah, that's all it is.
All right.
It's not you. It's your body.
I got really mad about something stupid last night. I'm not at, and you're like, oh, no, not at anybody. I was laying in bed and I was reading something. And I was like, oh, this makes me so mad.
Yeah, that's what that is.
That's like,
because normally he's very easygoing.
I got so mad about it. I was like, whoa, look at you. Woo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
And then you step back and you're like, this isn't me.
That's what I thought. I'm like, dude,
what am I doing?
What happened to these happy, good joy feelings that, you're supposed to get when you're thising and thating? It's like, I ain't getting that. I got something else. I got something else happening. And it was a good thing. You know what? I was in bed. I was just reading. So I may have mentioned something to Alicia about it. And she just kind of looked at me like, what?
What is your problem?
Like, doesn't this make you mad? I'm furious. Stupid. I'm stupid. Welcome to the riot.
If your dog could talk, he would tell you how much he loves listening to Nikki in the morning. She's a friend to animals everywhere. Support the riot. Fall Fundraiser. RadioU.com.
Here's where we are. Coffee, obviously. It's a no-brainer. But went to grab my traditional creamer, the Coffee Mate Peppermint Mocha, which I find at various locations. And they were out. Once I start talking about it, things just are gone. I mean, the masses
Companies
flock.
are like, please like our product, please.
And so I'm conflicted about talking about this, but I feel like it's something that I should share with you guys.
Well, if you talk about it, more people might go buy it. But
that makes it harder for me to get it.
Otherwise, if you don't say anything, it might not be there at all.
I know. It's really, it puts me between a rock and another rock. It's very difficult. So I scored some International Delight York Peppermint Patty Creamer.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Mm-hmm. And I got to tell you what, it is spectacular.
Is it better than your other peppermint?
I don't know if I'm going to say better.
Yeah.
It's different. And you think to yourself, like, peppermint's peppermint. Yes, I'm sure it is. But I will tell you that we have wandered into a place that I wasn't expecting to go. I didn't wake up saying I want a new sensation. I didn't want to jump on the end of someone's coffee table as if I were riding the luge or something of that nature, but it happened.
Maybe you shouldn't have it just because of that.
You think so?
I think so.
My first drink, and I was snowboarding on the counter.
On the counter.
It's pretty good, dude. And you guys know how important. I know, and I know. We all know how important coffee is. If you're going to put something in your coffee, which some people would tell me, the very fact that I adulterate said coffee by putting flavored creamer
makes you not a coffee man.
It makes me a hack. Yeah. And you know what? That's fine. I'm okay with that. I don't mind being a hack. I've been one forever. This is not news to me. But I'll tell you right now, this is good. This is a good thing. And I think that I maybe liked it too much. I think I might have put a little too much in there, which, by the way, makes it taste unbelievable.
Sometimes when I do that, though, you get almost like a menthol sort of aftertaste where it's a little chemical-y.
Not here.
Not that one?
I got a York aftertaste, Nikki.
Oh, my gosh.
You know that aftertaste when you've had too many peppermint patties?
Lame.
And you're laying there going, I don't know if there's such a thing as too many peppermint patties. That's what it feels like, which probably makes it a danger to me and others.
No, I'm glad you found something you're excited about.
Oh, it's good. It's good. And I just have to be careful I don't hit the grenadine wall, which we discovered this past Christmas that if I have too much grenadine, it begins to make me sick. That should give you a clear idea as to how much Diet Cherry Coke I was drinking. Too much. What I began to realize was you could just, instead of drinking too much Diet Coke, you just raise the ratio.
Yeah.
A little more grenadine in there. And if a little tastes good, a lot's going to be delicious.
Yeah, that's the philosophy in life that'll get you far.
Yeah. Oh, it'll get you far. It'll get your stomach pumped.
Could you make it through the morning without your daily dose of the riot? Please pay for your prescription at the counter. The Riot Fall Fundraiser. RadioU.com.
So, over the weekend, you know what? I'm going to visit. I'm going to go visit some friends in, a week or two? And they love to fish. And I can't stand fishing. I'm going to tell you right now a couple things. First off, I think worms are gross. I think fish are gross. I think they're disgusting to touch.
You actually don't like to eat them, too.
No, I don't. I usually end up getting sick if I eat them. Plus, they taste like fish, which is gross. So I don't like fish.
Even if there's some things, because whenever you say that, people are like, well, try this fish. It tastes less fishy.
No, it doesn't. It tastes like fish. There, I said it. It's done. I don't like fish. I'm sorry. I don't. Whatever. Now, I mean, up until recently, I hated lettuce. I still kind of hate it, but now I eat it. So maybe one of these days I'll go to hating fish and eating fish. Whatever. I don't like touching them. I don't like the fishing part. And fishing, you're just sitting around waiting for it to bite. Guess what? Don't tell me that's any different than playing video games. Playing video games is what? You get in a chair, you kind of slump over. You've got a little device in your hand, and quite frankly, if you get a non-wireless controller, like it's got a wire on it, it's just like fishing, because you got a thing that's going off, and then it disappears into something else. And then fishing, you stare straight ahead. Playing video games, you stare straight ahead. All right, the only difference is I'm pretending to blow stuff up, and you're pretending to, get ready to slaughter one of God's magnificent creatures. Show me the difference here. It's the same. Except I'm not wearing that stupid hat, but it's fine.
Are they going to go fishing and you have to go, or?
Well, I don't have to, probably. I'll just be like, yeah, I'm going to stay in the trailer. Obadiah dwelt intense.
My allergies.
No. It is funny. We're going to be in various regions of the Pacific Northwest, and I'm like, let's go hiking. And they're like, why do you want to hike? I want to sit here and fish. I'm just like, come on. You guys are killing me. Great fishing story here. A man, this is crazy. A man had a fish on the line, and then as he was pulling his fish out of the water, a bald eagle swooped down and took the fish.
No, it didn't.
I know, okay.
No, what a tall tale.
You're right,
hey,
right?
Just in time for 4th of July, right?
Have you ever been to Bellingham, Washington? Because
yes,
I have.
I know, yes.
That's God's country up there.
Yes, and if there's going to be an eagle, it'll be there.
No, dude has a picture. A friend of his was taking a picture of him pulling his fish out, and you can see the bald eagle swooping in, and it has the fish.
Well, if it's got a picture, it must be true.
Nikki, shut up, all right? That's the real deal. And I'll tell you what, I don't care what you say. You're never going to convince me that helicopter in front of the Golden Gate Bridge, that
with
dude is getting eaten by that shark.
Right, that's a real picture.
That is a real picture.
Well, I guess it means that eagle's a very smart eagle since it took care of getting its food that way.
Hey, man, why dig through the water on your own? Let that dude down there in the funny hat get it, and then you can just swoop in and snag it for yourself. No big deal. And you know what else the eagle knows? It's like, you can't do nothing.
Hey,
I'm protected.
What are you going to do about it?
Touch me, and I'll tell you what, you touch this country. All right? And they'll bring the weight of this country down on you.
Well, let me see the picture. I want to see it.
I'm pretty sure it's legit. I mean, you think to yourself like it's not true, but no, there it is, man. Dude was catching this, and a bald eagle snatched it right away. So that's a tall fishing tale you can believe. And you'll know I'm lying about fishing if you hear me say, I went fishing and I really enjoyed it. That you'll know. I'm just saying that to make them feel better.
We love Radio U. You love Radio U. We love the riot. You tolerate the riot. Donate now during Radio U's Fall Fundraiser. RadioU.com.
As we mentioned earlier, the candy corn Oreos are out there, and you know what? It's kind of weird, and I acknowledge that, so I want you to know going in that I already know how weird it is. But this morning I woke up, and I think I may have finally figured it out. Like, I may have finally gotten it. I woke up. First off, I got very little sleep last night. I don't know why, but I could not sleep. I had so many different things I was thinking about.
He's excited for the show to come back to work.
It's just like, man, if I could just get into the riot right now. If I could just get in there right now. It's like, how am I supposed to sleep when the riot is waiting on me?
So soon.
Unbelievable. So I'm focused on a couple things, and I wake up, and when my alarm goes off and I wake up, and this voice inside my head says to me, Vanilla hates you. And I was just like, what does that mean?
That's an odd one to pop in your head.
Where did I get that sentence? Vanilla hates you. And so I started thinking back through, I have a pop culture encyclopedia for a brain. So I started searching for references to vanilla inside my head.
Like, is it a movie or TV show?
Listen, I saw Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, The Secret of the Ooze on DVD, and it features a 80s or 90s, whatever, hip-hop star, Vanilla Ice. And I thought perhaps through time and space, he had sent a message to me, Obadiah, I hate you. And my brain obviously translated that to Vanilla hate you.
Well, I was thinking more like, did you have vanilla cake or something over the weekend and it just didn't do well?
Okay, all right. That's good too. I thought maybe there was ice cream in the freezer that was just like sending me messages. Normally it's like, come hither, but it was trying to survive in the freezer. So it was like, Vanilla hates you. What it doesn't know is that I have the power to meld it and destroy it. So why would it say that? I don't know. But when you take that sentence, Vanilla hates you, and you put it in the context of the candy corn, what it really was is that Nabisco is harnessing VHF, UHF, and cellular signals, all kinds of bandwidth across the United States, sending out a signal, Vanilla hates you, because they assume then that I will stop eating the white vanilla Oreos or whatever, and I will then get into the candy corn Oreos. Do you see how it ties in? And I just happened to be tuned into that frequency as I was slowly waking up, and I caught the subliminal message, and my brain translated it, and there it is. Nabisco is trying to control your brain to get you to buy candy corn Oreos instead of the regular chocolate cream Oreos.
It wasn't just something from your childhood, like all the other normal thoughts?
You mean like when my mom would throw me down in that hole and fling ice cream at me and tell me how much Vanilla hates you? Vanilla hates you!
It's not that. I mean, like,
Eat it!
I don't think you should go see a therapist, but that's an odd one to wake up thinking.
Yeah, it seems odd until you figure it out, and then it makes perfect sense. I'm just excited. I need to go back to sleep so I can figure out what else they're trying to put in our minds.
Each night you have this dream where a different flavor, like
It's
you have
trying
this
to
whole
control you.
Neapolitan thing going on.
It would have made a lot more sense to me, if you want to know the truth, if I would have woken up and heard, salad hates you. Fruit hates you. That makes sense to me, but vanilla hates me. Again, it only made sense once I read about the Oreos, and now I get it. And I'm so glad that I have this job so I can share it with all of you.
To dissect it?
Because now we all know what Nabisco's up to, and we can be aware, and we can start buying vanilla things. Wait, what if that's what they wanted us to do?
The worst of the riot is over, but the fun can keep going.
Hey, I saw you checking out my goods.
Check the Riot blog or stalk us on social media.
You want to sample them? A little try before you buy, huh?
Through riot.radiou.com.